So up and down there. So it's quite amazing that we use it all. But wintertime, Southern California, Southern Arizona uses about the bulk of this for agriculture, and we actually feed all of North America and then part of the world out of that. So it is important that way. The drinking water is also important. We got Lake Mead and Hoover Dam, the #1 largest man-made lake below us. Lake Powell and Glen Canyon Dam above us. That's the second largest man-made lake in North America. And there's like 9 or 10 dams total on the river. Each one of those provide hydroelectric power here in the west. So we wouldn't have Phoenix or Vegas or Grand Junction and some of the other towns around because it's important to drinking water and to hydropower. So it is a very important river in the west. The canyon here was carved by the river over approximately 20 million years. The north side is anywhere from 200 to 1,000 feet taller than the south side, and they feel that there was an earthquake fault that created that, and then the river ran along that fault line and the erosion process began, and 20 million years later you have 14 different layers of rock in here. Most of the canyon is anywhere from 2 to about 10 miles in width. Through here we're only about a mile wide. That's why they call it the inner gorge. It's deep and wide, so it's not too bad, but that's just about the way it is. The canyon itself is 277 miles in total length, all of it's here in Arizona. And the tribes here, the Indians that were here originally were the Anasazi. They were here till around the year 1300. And at some time right around 1300, something happened. They either died off or left the area. It's uncertain. Plague or some sort of disease or drought or maybe famine struck. They left the area or died off. And shortly after that, the Paiute Indians settled this north side. And that was somewhere around the year 1400, they estimate. And shortly after that, the Surbat Indians settled the south side. Now, the Surbat Indians the Wallapai tribe are descendants of the Surbat. And Wallapai in their native language means people of the tall pines. And they would actually roam from the mountains up the high country, 7,000 to 8,000 feet, the pine trees all the way down to the desert. And they would hunt and fish moving back and forth. I told you about the fish and some of the game here. So they would utilize that. In the 1860s, the United States government, in their infinite wisdom, rounded up all the tribes and placed them on reservations. And the reservation in this area was down by Yuma, a very desolate area. And,
Yuma, 310 to Yuma.
Yeah, all the tribes were kind of herded into one area. And they were allowed in the 1870s to petition for their homeland. And they did so successfully in 1882. And in 1883, by an act of Congress, they were awarded 1 million acres on the south side of the canyon here. 108 miles of the 277 miles is theirs on the south side. The area below them and above them, and the north side belongs to Grand Canyon National Park System, the U.S. government. So they got a pretty good chunk, and that's where you flew in today. And,